hello guys, so lovely to meet you. I'm so excited to be doing our session today. Thank you so much to BenQ for inviting us along. We are doing a session on Get Your Game On, time-saving gamification with Genially. Have you guys heard of Genially before? Know anything about our school? Little tiny bit, little kind of knowledge of what we do. Well, that's fantastic, because one of the greatest things that you can do with Genially is create games, escape games, breakouts, etc. There are so many things that you can do with Genially, but we always like to show the gamification because it's something that is really, really unique and super, super easy with Genially. So, I'm going to move this over. Just to introduce myself, so I'm Kat Spencer, as I'm Partnerships and Community Manager here at Genially. If you're wanting to connect with me, you've got my socials there, you have the options to have this presentation at the end. We are also, throughout the whole of ISTE Live this year, doing a raffle to win a premium annual license. So Genially is a freemium platform, which works really nicely with BenQ. But we are giving away a premium license throughout the whole of the session today. So definitely worth tapping on that so that you can be entered into that raffle as we go through it as well. And so, a little bit about our session today and the agenda for today's session. We're going to start with the basics. So just what is gamification and why, as a teaching methodology, is it something which is really of value to us as teachers, both in terms for our students, but also in terms for ourselves as educators. Why is it going to save us time and save those pain points? We're then going to have a look at gamifying with Genially and what makes us different and why you should use us. Easy steps to start gamifying your resources with Genially. And then you've got some takeaway resources at the end so you can start gamifying straight away. So, what is gamification? Let's start with the basics. Taking away all with Genially, what is gamification and why is it a good teaching methodology? Put it simply, gamification is the use of gaming elements and dynamics in non-gaming environments, i.e. using gamification in learning environments with our students. Now, gamification, specifically in education, is linked to so many benefits, specifically increased student motivation and productivity. So that in terms of our students are the biggest benefits, but in terms of educators, there is a huge benefits for us as well. So just have a look at some of those. You can see there's some stats on the side. I think I have to move into this place to do that. 70% of schools are already using gamification. It is known as something which is increasing motivation and increasing cost benefit for teachers. So it's something you definitely need to get involved in. But there are also big benefits for the students. So in terms of benefits for students, we do like to show you. So increased motivation. There are studies that show, there was a study that was completed by Harvard University in 2021, just during the COVID pandemic, where students at K through 12 level were given gamified elements, so gamification, escape games, breakouts, instead of their traditional methodologies. There was 44% increased motivation in those students, particularly in the pandemic, but also post-pandemic, as we're taking our students out of the digital age and back into the classroom setting. We've seen that motivation increase as well. Better information retention and also better skills. As students, we're wanting to make sure we're preparing our students for the future. And in terms of gamification, we are seeing increased skills in terms of not just of the traditional methods and the knowledge, but in terms of their problem-solving skills, all those sorts of things. Gamification is linked to that as well. And I made that across. But in terms for teachers, for faculty members, whether you're K through 12 or higher education, it is linked to better student engagement. So we've spoken about that as well. So better student engagement, tick, tick, tick for us. But also, it cuts costs and time. It's a big misconception about gamification that it's timely, it takes ages, it can be really tricky. You have to have gaming and coding skills. You don't. It can be really simple to start doing. And with Genially, the idea is that we're here to help you make that easy. So, with that in mind, why Genially for gamification? So, the fantastic thing about Genially is that you can gamify it really easy. And the reason being is that we are made for interactive contests. So the idea with Genially is we're a freemium platform to create anything really, from presentations to infographics to videos. But you can really easily create escape games, board games, puzzles, quizzes. All of those gamified elements can really easily be created with Genially. So let me just give you a little intro to what Genially is. It may take a little bit of time on the Wi-Fi. Oh no, it's gone quite quickly. So, what is Genially? As I mentioned, Genially is to be the ability to create interactive content really, really easily. On the left, this is at least how I was presented content when I was at university, when I was at school. It's static content. So you've got a text, you've got a YouTube video, so we've tried to make it somewhat engaging for our students. So if I was to click on that YouTube video, I'd be taking my learning journey outside of the resource. If this was embedded into an LMS, they'd be losing all their data, we wouldn't be tracking their data anymore. So it's not ideal. However, on the right with Genially, this is interactive content. So you can see here, instead of having the text, I don't know if I can click on it. So imagine if this was the interactive whiteboard, I could click on this and I could engage with it. However, you can see, now as I'm going through, my students are actually having to actively engage with the resource. There are studies that show that students remember 10% of what they hear, 20% of what they read, but actually up to 80% of what they're actively engaged in. So having to get involved, having to click on things, discover things, hidden levels. Genially makes it so easy. So you've also got the animation. So you can see here there's some light animation on this screen. And really nicely, I have got bi-directional integration. So Genially, as you can see here, this YouTube video, which was once just a link, with the Wi-Fi might take a little bit of time. It is directly integrated into the resource. This is the most simple integration. However, if I was to start adding other apps, if I was to start adding Google Maps, Google Sheets, all those sorts of things, really nicely integrates into the resource. On the way around, if you're using an LMS, Genially really nicely integrates into your LMS, and most importantly, will update in real time. So any changes you make in the Genially app will automatically be reflected wherever this is. So whether it's in your LMS, whether it's been online, whether it's been sent to parents and tutors, it automatically updates for you. So with that, with static content you bore, but with Genially you engage. So where does gamification come into it? So you can create loads of different things with Genially, but we're wanting to focus today on the gamification side of things. The bread and butter of Genially really is our templates. So with Genially, you can create hundreds and hundreds of thousands of resources really easily because of all of the templates which are available to you. Might take a little bit of time with the Wi-Fi, but we're going to hope it works. What I'm about to show you is our teacher's kit. So in the Genially panel, you will find various different types of gamification templates. We're going to hope it launches to Genially. There we go. So this is our teacher's kit. So this is just a sample of some of the templates which are available for you. And this is where the cut, costs, and time element comes in as a teacher. Why? Genially free. It's a premium platform. The free version is really, really robust. And then also we cut time for you. Because of the gamification templates where you have these escape games, breakouts, puzzles already created for you, literally you can create an amazing escape game in 20 minutes. It is that easy, even less. But all you have to do is focus on adding that content depending on your learning objective. I don't know if it's going to work. I hope it's going to work. So if you go to this section here, which is the Gamify the Classroom, we're going to have a look at the breakouts. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this one. The good thing is this resource is available at the end, but I do want to try and show you some of the templates which are available, but it might be difficult with the Wi-Fi. I just want to show you an example of one of the fantastic templates which is available to you. No. If not, we might have to let it be. No? Hello? There we go. If not, this is available to you at the end, so you will be able to have a look at it. Anyway, we might have to leave it because I think with the Wi-Fi here, it might be taking a little bit too long, which is one of the... Apparently the Wi-Fi is not, apparently a Wi-Fi tech conference just doesn't work. Anyway, but the amazing thing is with these escape games, you have to take my word for it, they're great. The templates really are incredible for creating those gamified resources for you, as it makes everything super, super easy. You can touch it. Anyway, so let's try and move out of that. But the good thing is that even without having a look at those gamifications, I do want to bring your attention to this, because the fantastic thing is that there are some tips that you can have to creating good gamified resources. Well, with our templates, everything is already built in for you. So when you're thinking about using gamification, these are 3 steps that you need to have a look at in taking. So when you're creating any sort of resource with your students. The first one is storytelling. So when you're creating a gamified resource, you really want to be introducing the game or story, the game with a story in a way which is going to be engaging for your students. So you'll know your students better than anyone. You need to think about things which they're going to be relating to, so topics that they might be interested in. Creating games around that will always be motivating for your students. You know, we have a district that uses us where they've created a get escape game with all of the teachers, and it's around their school, and they have teachers in different rooms, and they have the different classrooms. So anything like that is automatically going to be motivating for your students. Second one is making sure you're giving your students clear instructions that are easy to follow. One of the things with gamification is obviously if you're doing an escape game, a puzzle or anything, you want to make sure that your students are given clear instructions. Again, great thing with the gamification templates with Genially, those instructions are done for you. So all you have to do is add the content on top of that, which is specific to that learning objective. But you're wanting to make sure there's some sort of instructions either at the end or throughout that they can follow, just so they're being a bit more autonomous there and you're not having to rely on you as much. And then finally, it's the rewards. Whatever the age, whether it be K through 12 or whether it be up to university, students love rewards. So you want to be making sure there's some sort of components which help structure your game. So whether it be a 5-star structure, so as they go through the levels, they're getting more points. The great thing about Genie as well is in our premium licenses, we do have live results as well. So it might be nice as well to have your students playing against each other. If you're doing that either synchronously or asynchronously, you can think about how you might want to do that. But that's a really good one as well for the gamification. You want to make sure there is audience participation, there's rewards there. So, and finally, one of the great things about Genially as well is that we have, if you're interested in gamification, we have some fantastic Genially Academy resources. So we as Genially, we've created this academy where you can, it's our own self-paced learning course really. So you can sign on to all of these different types of courses. You can go at your own pace to find out more about gamification with Genially. You then get a certificate at the end, so it's really good for PD. If you want to give that to your teachers as well, so if you're an instructional technologist, if you work as a coach, really, really nice to give that to your teachers as well for their PD. So you've got all those different types of gamification courses there. And it's free for anybody that has a Genially account. So whether that be a free account or whether that be a paid account, the Genially Academy is a free resource that you can use there as well. So with that being said, you do have the option here, which at the end we'll show you. You have all of the different resources available, which we can put to you at the end. So when you've scanned your raffle code, that will be sent to you. So you've got all of the resources there in a pack for you to look at. That teacher's kit that we couldn't have a look at will be there for you. And you've got today's presentation as well. So if you're wanting to have a look at those resources, they're all there for you. So with that in mind, thank you so much for coming. So you've got all of my details there. If you're interested in being entered into that raffle, you've got that QR code there. And I do also want to do a little plug. We do have a fantastic scavenger hunt here as well. So if you're wanting to come by the booth, we have got some fantastic stuff going on in the GE booth as well. So do feel free to come. That is our gender of program as well. If you're wanting to come to our booth and have a look, we've got some fantastic ways that you can find out about Genie as well. Thank you so much for coming along. The fantastic thing as well, I'm going to show you as well. The one amazing thing is we also have an app in BenQ. So if you are using BenQ whiteboards or interactive whiteboards, where you have the app already built in. So if you had your account, you can log in and you can use that straight from your whiteboard. Fantastic thing about the interactive whiteboards as well, because Genie is interactive content, it works so smoothly and so seamlessly. So yeah, just doing a little plug there about the BenQ app that we've got, and then you've got that there. Thank you so much for coming.